Just to show you around the factory a bit, here we have a reconstructed tram that used to drive through the city here, through these streets. When it was a German occupied city. The factory was a textile factory at first, with a Jewish owner. Eventually it was taken over by the Polish army in 1939, when Germany invaded Poland. And then the Germans took over and turned this whole building into a prison, where many influential people were captured. Eventually the prison was burned down, and people who fled were shot. That's the whole story short. And here you have remains from the city, like vodka from these times, tea extract, cleaning liquid. Like, I know German very well, so I can easily tell you what all of this is. It's a copy of a bill, products from this era. And what we have here is interesting. Some books with maps of the greater empire. Incredible. Look at this. We don't know what this is. Probably all found in the city, like left behind. Incredible. You can see the streetcar, the tram. This looks like a pre-war bike. I've used to have one of this, but a woman version, and it can easily be 80 years old. This type of bikes, I recognize it by the lamps. Used to have a bike that was 80 years old, like this. What do we have here? Sulfur. Things for herbs. This could have been taken from a pharmacy, whatever. All left in the city. Glycerine, eucalyptus. Looks like it came straight from a clothes manufacturer. Or perhaps this was the equipment used in the actual factory. Who knows? Bike, wow, incredible. Basically what it says is, in war you save coins, and in peacetime you buy things with them. What it says in German, just because I understand it, is buying just to buy, spending just to spend, for, useless pursuits, is not part of this modern day era, let's say, the current era. Every mark, so every euro, let's say, should be saved. You should also be a coin saver with our bank. Each loan, each, let's say, client can take a account. After the war, the account has like a 12 months validity still, and you get more interest for actual silver coins or iron coins that you save with us. So they'll gladly explain you about the benefits. The Stadtsparkasse in Litzmannstadt, which was the German name for Łódź, Litzmannstadt. The master plan for the East, the general plan, Generalplan Ost. The plan of German settlement and colonization developed under the supervision of Heinrich Himmler, Reich Commissioner for the consolidation of German nation, who provided for activities aimed at the creation of a new national order in Central Eastern Europe, which would guarantee living space for Germans, which is what they called Lebensraum. According to the master plan for the East, 31 million Slavs, including 80% of Poles, living in this part of the continent were to be resettled or murdered within a few years. The Jews and Roma were to be exterminated, while the remaining population were to become unqualified workers. Whereas cleansed of low-value races were to provide space for the settlement of German colonizers. The Wartaland, where we are now, became the first testing ground for the implementation, so we're actually in a very historical place. In order to ensure flats and farmsteads for German settlers and Volksdeutsche until October 44, approximately 435,000 Poles were removed from their homes and deprived of their whole property, deported to the general government or to the Reich as forced laborers. Another 200,000 Poles were moved towards flats and farmsteads in the Wartaland. The resettlement of Poles was a brutal, coordinated operation carried out by the SS and the police. It usually started early in the morning in order to surprise the residents of the building, quarter, or village. A unit of German military policemen would surround the residents and give them an hour or even less to pack the most important things. Out could take 20 kilograms, each held only 10. The displaced were not allowed to take any valuables, jewelry, or more than 200 and later 20 zlotys, cash per person with them. They were transported to resettlement camps established in Łódź. The largest was at the former factory of Baruch Ansel Glicksmann. There was also a resettlement camp in the factory of Samuel Abbe, where we are right now. Before the police prison was opened here, so before this was a resettlement camp. People would stay here for several days in bad conditions, starved, maltreated, robbed. The rest were replaced by cattle wagons, deprived of their livelihood, and we know the rest. They were only given a few minutes to leave the house, were not allowed to take anything other than clothes, taken to the police, and to a camp. Different parts of the city with straw on the floor and the walls, as if they were like cattle. A crowded factory like this one.